How do superstitions still influence rational people? Have you ever knocked on wood after saying something good or avoided walking under a ladder even though you know it's just a superstition? You're not alone. Superstitions are everywhere, even among people who consider themselves logical and rational. So how do these ancient beliefs still hold sway over us today? It all comes down to how our minds work. We have two thinking systems. One is quick, intuitive, and automatic. The other is slow, deliberate, and analytical. Even when our rational side knows that a superstition is just a myth, our quick-thinking brain can still trigger a behavior. That's called superstitious acquiescence, where the logical mind notices the error but chooses not to correct it right away. Superstitions tap into our natural tendency to find patterns and cause-and-effect relationships. For example, if someone wears a certain shirt and then wins a game, they might believe that shirt is lucky. Our ancestors relied on pattern recognition for survival, but sometimes this leads us to see connections where none exist. Carrying a lucky charm or avoiding black cats are ways our minds try to create order in uncertain situations. Psychologically, superstitions act like comfort blankets. When outcomes seem unpredictable, doing a ritual or holding a belief gives us a sense of control. This reduces anxiety, especially when facing risks or chance. For instance, a person might avoid stepping on cracks because it makes them feel safer, even if they know it's just a superstition. Confirmation bias also plays a role. We tend to notice and remember times when superstitions seem to work and forget when they don't. If knocking on wood seems to prevent bad luck, we focus on those moments and ignore the times it didn't help. This reinforces the belief, making it stronger over time. Many superstitions come from stories in ancient myths and folklore. These stories explained natural events or misfortunes by attributing them to spirits, omens, or mystical forces. Even as science explains the world more clearly, these stories still resonate emotionally and culturally. They become part of our shared history and identity. Superstitions influence decision-making because they provide psychological comfort. For example, someone might avoid certain numbers like 13 because they believe it's unlucky, or they might perform a ritual before a big event to feel more prepared. These actions give a false sense of control and help manage stress. Even rational people keep superstitions alive because they fulfill emotional needs. They connect us to our past, give us a sense of predictability, and help us cope with uncertainty. So, despite knowing they're not scientifically proven, many still act on superstitions because they feel right deep inside. That's how these ancient beliefs continue to shape our modern lives.